Welcome students in the organic chemistry lecture series. Today in this video we are going to study about our third rearrangement reaction, and that is Favorsky rearrangement reaction. So we will see Favorsky rearrangement. Obviously this reaction is discovered by the scientist Favorsky, therefore it is known as Favorsky rearrangement. Now what is this Favorsky rearrangement? It is nothing but the rearrangement of alpha haloketones. Remember, rearrangement of alpha haloketones, okay, in presence of basic catalyst, in presence of basic catalyst to give carboxylic acids or its derivatives. Carboxylic acid or its derivatives. What are the derivatives of carboxylic acids? Like esters and amides. Like ester and amide. Okay. So this rearrangement is known as Favorsky rearrangement. I will once again explain. See, what is Favorsky rearrangement? It is a rearrangement of alpha haloketones to carboxylic acid or its derivatives like ester and amide. And what are the conditions in presence of basic condition, right? So this rearrangement is known as Favorsky rearrangement. Okay, so I will write here reaction so that you will understand. So I will write first what is alpha haloketone as a starting material. See, for example, R dash C R double dash. Suppose here is a chlorine, C double bond O, and here is a R. So this starting material is known as alpha haloketone. Alpha haloketone, because on alpha carbon there is a halogen, that's why it is called as alpha haloketone. So when this alpha haloketone is treated in presence of basic condition, for example, depending upon the base used we get different product. Remember, depending upon the base used we get different product. For example, if we use KOH as a base, then we get carboxylic acid salt as a product. For example, in this way, R C R R double dash, that means this R group comes here, okay, and rest of the starting material is as it is. There is a formation of salt, so here is a potassium. So this will be the product if we treat this alpha haloketone in presence of KOH, right, that is potassium hydroxide. But if we treat this alpha haloketone in presence of say sodium ethoxide, that is C2H5ONA, then there is a formation of ester. Remember, R C R R double dash C double bond O C2H5. Okay, so if we use sodium salt of uh, say any sodium salt, then there is a formation of ester as a product. If we use amine, secondary amine as a base, like this CS3 taken by NH, then we get substituted amide as a product, R dash CR R double dash C double bond O N taken by CS3. Okay, so this is carboxylic acid. I can say carboxylic acid salt, we can say this is ester and this is amide. So as I stated earlier, see, rearrangement of alpha haloketone in presence of basic catalyst to give carboxylic acid or ester or amide. This rearrangement is known as Favorsky rearrangement. So I think this reaction is very clear to you. So I will once again explain. Remember that Favorsky rearrangement is the rearrangement of alpha haloketones. What are alpha haloketones? Such type of starting material is known as alpha haloketone. There may be any group here at this position. Okay, R, R double dash and R. There may be any alkyl group or aryl group. We don't bother about it. We are concentrating only on this starting material. Okay, this one alpha haloketone should be there. So when this alpha haloketone is subjected in presence of basic conditions like KOH, C2H5ONA, okay, then suppose amine, base, then we get three different kinds of products. If we subject alpha haloketone in presence of KOH, then we get carboxylic acid, salt of carboxylic acid. If we subject alpha haloketone in presence of sodium ethoxide, we get ester. If we subject this alpha haloketone in presence of amine, we get amide. So this is a Favorsky rearrangement. Now we will see the examples of this rearrangement so that you will understand the reaction further. Okay, consider this example as a first example of this Favorsky rearrangement. You compare this example with whatever general Favorsky reactions we have learned before going to study this example. Now here, this methyl group and this ethyl group are the substituents which we have seen, that is R, R dash and R double dash like this. And this our starting material is the alpha haloketone. As you see on alpha carbon there is a halogen, that's why it is alpha haloketone as a starting material. So if you see such a kind of starting material, that is alpha haloketone, then no doubt this rearrangement will be Favorsky rearrangement. Conditionally there will be basic conditions, remember. So what product we will get here? As you know, if we use sodium ethoxide as a basic conditions for this reaction, then we get ester as a product. So what will be the product? This CH2CH3 group will migrate over here at the place of this halogen. Okay, so we'll get this product CH3, CH3. Here will be CH2, CH3. Okay, and there is a formation of C double bond O, and rest of the thing is O, C2H5. So we get this product. Okay, so this is very simple reaction. I will explain the mechanism of this reaction, how this reaction work on, how this reaction happens. I will explain that step by step so that you will understand how the product is obtained. Okay, so consider this starting material once again, CH3C, Cl, CH3, C double bond O, CH2, CH3. Okay, now what will happen? We are going to subject this starting material with base. Okay, with base. So what is the function of base? You know, base abstract the proton. Base क्या करता है? Proton abstract करता है. तो base generally abstract the acidic proton. Now if you see the starting material, the protons on this carbon are acidic proton. So in first step, this base will abstract this proton to form the carbanion. Okay, so I will write here, base will abstract the proton of this carbon to form the carbanion. How carbanion is formed? See, CH3. So I will draw in this way to understand the mechanism. CH, now here is a negative charge, CH3. Why here is a negative charge? Because base has abstracted the proton on this carbon, and this will be in resonance with this starting material. Now in second step what happened? This is the intermediate carbanion which is generated. Now in second step what happened? दूसरे step में क्या होता है? ये जो carbanion generate हुआ है, ये इस कार्बन के ऊपर अटैक करता है, because this carbon is electron deficient carbon because it is attached to electronegative chlorine. So as soon as this negative charge attacks on this carbon, this chlorine goes away and we get cyclic intermediate in this way: CS3, C, CH, CH3, and here there will be like this intermediate. Okay, so this is cyclic intermediate, which is obtained in this reaction. Okay, now in next step what happens in surrounding, there is a base, that is C2H5ONe, you know that. Now this base will attack on this carbonyl carbon, this bond will shift here, so there is a formation of this intermediate CH3, C, CH3, C. Here is a negative charge, here is a say O, C2H5U, and this CH, CH3 as it is, and there is a bond between this carbon and this carbon. So this intermediate we will get. In further step what happened, this negative charge comes here and this bond goes here. So there is a formation of again this intermediate CS3, CS3, okay, C double bond O, O, C2H5, and here there is a CH negative charge, CH3, okay, and in last step there is a protonation of this CH to form the product, final product. So final product will be CS3, CS3, CH2, CS3, C double bond O, O, C2H5. So this will be the final product of this reaction. Okay, so this is the mechanism of this reaction. I will explain once again. So in first step what happens, base abstract the acidic proton to form the carbanion. In second step, that carbanion attacks on carbon atom which is attached to halogen to remove the chlorine and to form cyclic intermediate. In further step, base attacks on carbonyl carbon to form this intermediate. In further step, the intermediate loses cyclic state once again to form this carbanion, and finally this carbanion gets protonated to form this product. Okay, so to write the product is very easy to interpret. To interpret the product it is very easy, but how that product is formed, that we have to learn by the mechanism. So to understand this, I have explained all these steps of the mechanism. So it is very easy to remember the mechanism and to draw the product of this reaction. So I will, in summary, I will explain what we have seen today. Today we have seen the Favorsky rearrangement. Favorsky rearrangement reaction was discovered by this scientist Favorsky. So to honor him, the name is given to this rearrangement. So what is this Favorsky rearrangement? It is a rearrangement of alpha haloketones to carboxylic acids and its derivatives, carboxylic acid and its derivatives in presence of base catalyst. So depending upon the base we get the different product. If simple bases they are like KOH, then we get carboxylic acid salt. If we use ethoxide, sodium methoxide like this, then we get ester, and if we use amide, then we get substituted amide as a product. We have seen the general reaction and we have seen one example along with its mechanism. So in next video we will see few more examples of this Favorsky rearrangement to make it more clear. So till then we will stop here. Have a nice day. Thank you.